Alright guys, we are back with round 5 hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Aaron Patino on the left playing a standard hat deck versus Sheriff Los on the right playing Mermail. Both these guys are X1, so winner is guaranteed a spot in top 4. We'll see who gets there. Patino starts off activating Pot of Duality, reveals Ice Hand, Dark Hole, Sanctum. Obviously has a Sanctum, probably one of the best cards in his deck. Now Pot of Duality, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add one to your hand, then you shuffle your deck. You can only activate one Pot of Duality per turn. And you can't special summon the turn you activate Duality. Low sets 3. I think Patino forgot to set his back rows. Oh, yeah, okay, that's what happened. I was wondering, like, what the heck? So, let's see here. Flip summons Fire Hand and summons Ice Hand. Now, Patino still has not won on the channel. What's funny is, the week I went to YCS Sacramento, these two both won. Patino won the Edison tournament, and Los won the hat tournament that week, but I wasn't there to film it. Alright, so Los activates Abyss Sphere, which special summons a Mermail from your deck, and then destroy that monster during your opponent's end phase. But you have to activate it during, like, the main phase. That's why it causes a replay here, so Patino goes for Abyss Dweller, but Los negates Abyss Dweller's effect with Breakthrough Skill. So, Abyss Dweller is a quick effect during either player's turn. You can attach one material from it. Graveyard effects cannot be activated this turn. Your opponent cannot activate any graveyard effects this turn. Alright, so it looks like Los is in the end phase. Brings out Mermail Abyss Pike with Lind. And then uses Abyss Pike's effect to discard Marksman from his hand. So, basically what happened was, Lind, when it's destroyed, special summons a Mermail from your deck. Is being destroyed by Abyss Sphere. Then, it special summons Abyss Pike. Los discards Abyss Pike. Marksman targets one of Patino's back rows, destroys it, and then Abyss Pike, when it's normal or special summoned, you can discard one water monster from your hand to the graveyard to search any level 3 water monster from your deck. So you search Genix Undyne. Alright, so now Los normal summons Genix Undyne. So here, Patino could chain Dweller to Undyne, but Los is just going to chain the Breakthrough Skill. We'll see if he does. I think he should because he has Sanctum. I mean, I'm thinking what can now Genix Undyne is the cost to send to your graveyard. The effect, I believe, is to add a Genix controller. The thing about Undyne is you have to have a, basically Genix Undyne, when it's normal summoned, you send a water monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you add a Genix controller, which is a vanilla level 3 dark tuner monster. But you have to have the controller in your deck, otherwise you can't activate Genix Undyne. I don't know what they're arguing about here. I'm guessing they're arguing about something with Dweller. So, will Los waste the Breakthrough Skill? Probably not, because he's probably just going to send Tidal, and then, like, yeah, you're going to stop Tidal this turn, but I'll just use Tidal next turn. So I'm guessing now he's going to chain Dweller to Dragoons. Let's see if Los chains Breakthrough Skill. So I'm guessing he's going to chain it to Undyne. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, Los chains Breakthrough Skill. So Atlantean Dragoons, when it's sent to the graveyard for a water monster's effect, you can add any Sea Serpent from your deck to your hand, except itself. But it's limited to 1, so you don't have to worry about that. And then here comes Megalo. He discards Marksman and Tidal. So Mermail Abyss Megalo, you reveal it in your hand, discard 2 water monsters from your hand to special summon it. And when it's special summoned this way, you can add a Mermail Abyss Spell or Trap card from your deck to your hand. So he's going to search Abyss Sphere. And then he discarded Marksman, and since Marksman was sent to the graveyard for a water monster's effect, it destroys a set. It targets. He could have chained Call, because Marksman only destroys... Yeah, Marksman only destroys set cards. So he could have chained Call there. Could have got a hand, just have a hand out on the field. Because Marksman does target, so I think the way the chain link works is you reveal Megalo, then it hits the field, and then the and hat format graveyard effects have to be chain link 1. I know it changed later on in Yu-Gi-Oh, so you kind of couldn't chain block. So Megalo has to be chain. Yeah, I believe Megalo has to be chain link 3. Or sorry, In this scenario, Marksman would be Chain Link 1, and Megalo would be Chain Link 2. Because I believe those are mandatory. Marksman and the Atlanteans, I believe, are mandatory. I think. Yes, it is mandatory. So Los now goes, Soul Charge. Targets 2 monsters. So Soul Charge special summon as many monsters as possible. And if you do, you take 1,000 life points for each. And you can't conduct your battle phase to turn use Soul Charge. And what else? And you can only have one Soul Charge per turn. So here he's going to use Abyss Dweller's effect. So Abyss Dweller, if you have a water monster as an XYZ material, all water monsters you control gain 500 attack. And Dragoons, once again, was sent to the graveyard for water monsters effects as he detaches the material for Dweller. He's gonna add another Sea Serpent from his deck to his hand. And he goes for Ghost Trick Alucard. Now, the reason Los did the Dweller first was in case he hits an artifact card with Alucard, which Alucard is a rank 3. You detach a material to destroy 1 set card. Yes, you destroy 1 set card. And Patino chains Sanctum. Special summon his Moral Attack from his deck. Now here Los can negate Moral Attack's effect with Abyss Gaios. Does Sanctum activate in the graveyard? Does Dweller negate Sanctum's effect to pop a card? If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. So does Sanctum not activate? I don't know. Does it not activate because he chained it? Maybe because he chained it, it doesn't activate. So you can see here, Los negated Moral Attack's effect with Gaios. Let me go and refresh my memory. I know Gaios like negates effects and stuff. Yeah. Level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack. While this card has XYZ materials, that's the level 7 Gaios there on the field. 2,800 attack. And once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls that have less attack than this card until the end of the turn. So yeah, he can do it again right now. So here, Patino activates Call. Brings back one of the hands. But, I mean, how do you stop Gaios? Whatever you make, he's just going to negate it. I don't think there's anything Patino can do. He can maybe try to attack over the Dweller. That's about it. But he's just going to negate whatever XYZ you go for. Yep. I don't think there's much Patino can do. Unless if he has Soul Charge. But even then, Los has... we know Los has an Abyss Sphere. Oh, okay. Yeah, but he's just gonna negate this. So Heartland Draco is a 2,000 monster, but it can attack your opponent directly. This card is really good because a lot of times people get like in that under 2,000 range for Soul Charge, and you just hit him directly with that card. Yeah, but you're gonna see here he's just trying to get him under 1,000. Now Los couldn't negate this effect, so he chooses to use Breakthrough Skill and not his Abyss Gaios. And Patino concedes. So, Los had Double Sphere. So Los takes game 1 win away from guaranteeing a spot in top 4 with Mermail. Los is the only Mermail player at my locals, at least for now. I think the majority of players, like Hat is the the Hat deck is definitely what most people are playing. Lightshorn is up there as well, so is Gear. They'll probably be 2nd and 3rd. And then like Mythic Rulers will probably be 4th. I think those are like the most played decks. Lightsworn, Geargia, Hat, and Mythic Rulers. And then everything else is just random. Alright, so Patino starts out by summoning Traptrix Mermail and search Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. So that's 4 back row. So this is one of the reasons why Hat gets a bad rep. But to me, I don't know. I don't like losing a Heavy Storm either, so it's kind of like, you just take... each format has its strengths and weaknesses. Alright, so here, Los summons Mermail Abyssland, and Patino activates Artifact Sanctum, which special summons Moral Attack from his deck. And Moral Attack, when it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy 1 face-up card on the field. No, 1 face-up card your opponent controls doesn't target. So he's forced to pop the Abyss Lindy, which... Abyss Lindy, when it's destroyed by By battle or card effect, you special summon a Mermail monster from your deck. So he brings out Abyss Lead, which is basically just a 2700 monster. You can contribute one face-up attack position Mermail monster you control, except itself, to discard a random card from your opponent's hand. It also has an in-hand effect, but you can special summon it from your hand by discarding 3 water monsters, but that effect almost never happens. It's not that good. You don't want to discard 3 water monsters to add an Abyss Spell Trap card from your graveyard. People only play one and they try to get it from their deck. Or they bring it back from the graveyard with Abyss Gun. So yeah, Los passes. He just has the Abyss Lead out there. 27 and no back rows. Nothing. So here comes a Soul Charge. Summons Ice Hand. I think he's going to go for Silent Arc. Yes. So Silent Arc, you can attach 2 materials. Basically, you take one face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, and you make it an XYZ material. And while it has materials, you can detach one to protect it from being destroyed by battle or card effects. So here comes Genix Undying from Los. So some of these cards, I explained them game 1, so I'm not going to go over them here game 2 and 3. Or if I do go over them, I'll go over them quick. Like, we know Undying, send a water monster from your deck to the graveyard, add Genix Controller, and if it's a water monster, like an Atlantean, its effect's going to trigger. So he's going to add Controller and send Heavy Infantry to destroy the Moral Attack. But now you turn on his Call the Haunted. Yeah. I mean, you have to, though. Los might not. I'm making these same mistakes, too. When I play, like, we're both still... Yeah, we played back then, but it was 10 years. You know, we're still refreshing our memory on the format. Oh, he used Tidal's second effect. Okay, so Tidal's a Dragon Ruler. The second effect is you can discard itself and any other water monster in your hand, and it's a foolish for any card. So Los he foolished Genix Undying, and Dragoon, since it was sent to the graveyard for a water monster's effect, is going to add a Sea Serpent, so he searched Megalo. And then Los sets one. I wonder why he sent the Genix Undying. I think because Los plays, I think 3 Undying, 2 Controller, or 2 Undying, 2 Controller. And I think he has both controllers in his hand. So his Genix Undying is dead. So he's maybe trying to make a Soul Charge play. That's what I'm guessing. Alright, so Los draws. So here he's going to special summon Tidal from his graveyard by banishing 2 water monsters. So the Dragon Rulers have that effect. You can banish monsters from your hand or graveyard, either dragons or monsters with the same attribute. And here it looks like Patino's going to activate Artifact Ignition, which is basically an MST. It's an MST, but you have to have an artifact monster in your deck to set to your spell and trap zone. So here... Oh yeah, I forgot. Leo's not good against artifacts because Moral Attack doesn't target. Yeah, he's just going to Beagle Attack, pop the Moral Attack, and then pop your Leo. Leo is a 3100 monster. No, you use Breakthrough Skill. Yeah, you can't use it the turn it's sent to the graveyard. So yeah, Moral Attack pops the Leo. Yeah, Leo cannot be targeted except during your opponent's main phase 2. But again, Moral Attack doesn't target, so in this matchup, Leo's not that good. Sorry, yeah, against this deck, Leo's not that good. So you saw there, Patino used a second Ignition on his Beagle Attack, and Beagle Attack was sent to the graveyard during Los' turn. It was being destroyed, so it special summoned itself. And Beagle Attack, something I didn't know, can destroy up to 2 of your own cards. It doesn't have to be spell and traps. I thought it had to be spell and traps, but it can be monsters too. I've just never seen anyone do it. So Los tried to activate Abyss Sphere during the battle phase, but Patino had a third Artifact Ignition. Like I said, it's an MST, except you have to have a artifact in your deck to activate it. Yeah, XYZ some Pleiades, right? You need 2 level 5 light monsters for Pleiades. Is there any other rank 5 that he can make? I think it's Pleiades, right? So one thing that my friend Creighton did to me, he only had 1 artifact left in his deck, so he used Ignition, and chain Sanctum, and the ignition still resolved because he still had an artifact in the deck, even though he wasn't able to set it. I think he went ignition, chain Sanctum, brought out the last artifact in his deck, and he was still able to like MST one of my cards because he had a on activation. I think that's how you explain it. On activation, he had an artifact in his deck. For those of you guys wondering, something that happened to me when I played Creighton. All right, so here he goes. Mermail Bismegalo discards Tias and Gund. So Gund, when it's discarded to the graveyard, by any way, you can special summon any Mermail monster from your graveyard. It looks like Los has no targets for Abyss Megalo because he's not searching his deck. Remember, when Megalo is special summoned, you can add a Mermail, Abyss Spell, or Trap card from your deck to your hand. I think he either A, forgot, or doesn't have any targets. Maybe he sided them out. I don't know. I don't think he used all three this game, did he? We know he can use one. Yeah, I think this game is over. Whatever Los has to go Gaios. Any other rank 7 he makes is going to get bounced by Pallades. Yeah, Los has to go for Gaios. That's the only thing he can make. Everything else is going to get bounced by Pallades. Unless if you want him to bounce, maybe your last card is Soul Charge. Los still has Tidal in the graveyard. He has not used Tidal this turn. Yeah, I think it's Gaios. It's either that or... Yeah, he already has Gaios up there. It's the only thing he can make. Oh, but he can't attack with titles. Yep, because Gaios has level 5 or higher. Monsters cannot attack. All of them. Including your own. Alright, here comes Torrential. Oof. No response. Chain Pallades. I guess you just put itself back in the extra deck in case you want to summon it again. I mean, he's at 15. I think this is game. Yeah, Los cannot summon, so he sets a monster. Oh, he set Controller, right? I think it's Controller he set. Yeah, they're going to game 3. That should be Controller. But it's a hard read to make. But if I'm playing him, I would probably guess it's Controller. But it could be a Lin, too. But I'm guessing that it's Controller. Yeah, just go for game. Yeah, it was Controller. I could kind of see it. So, we are going to game 3. Says, for those of you guys wondering, the Los use titles in hand effect. The Dragon Rulers all have 3 effects, but you can only use one per turn. One of them per turn. They have the special summon effect. They have an effect when they're banished, and they have a in-hand effect. All 4 of them have that effect, the big dragons. And also during your opponent's end phase, they return to your hand. So Los went first, set a monster, set a back row, and Patino activates Pot of Duality, reveals Breakthrough Skill, Ignition, and Traffic Trap Hole Nightmare. So it looks like he added Ignition, probably because he's anticipating Los to have Abyss Sphere. Or if it's not Abyss Sphere, I think me looking at Los's deck, I think the only traps he plays is like Breakthrough Skill and maybe Abyss Sphere. So I think it's probably not Abyss Sphere because he didn't use it. So here Los reveals Tias by discarding Atlantean Marksman. So Tias, you can discard 1 water monster from your hand to special summon it. And then when it's special summoned this way, you can add a Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. So it looks like he's targeting for Marksman first. So yeah, the graveyard effects have to be Chain Link 1. Mandatory graveyard effects have to be Chain Link 1 in hat format. I think they changed it after. I don't know when it happened. So Tias is Chain Link 2. So it looks like he targeted the Beagle Tack. Did he search for... I think he searched for Tias. So Beagle Tack was destroyed during Los's turn by the Marksman. So Beagle Tack goes to the grave, special summons itself, then pop up to 1 or 2 1 or 2 set cards. And then he popped his own Moral Attack. And the Moral Attack special summoned itself. Popped the Tias. Then Los summoned Genix Undyne. Sent Dragoons. And then Patino chained DD Crow. Yes, he chained DD Crow to Dragoons. So on this time, the monsters in the grave have to stay there to resolve. Since Since Patino chained Crow, Dragoons was not there to resolve it. Unlike an Edison, I think you could still, with like Dandelion, you will still get the tokens. Versus in hat format, like if they like Foolish Dandy, you can chain DD Crow. I think that's how it works. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm no judge. I'm not the best at explaining these things, but try my best. All right, so he crashed the Lind into the Moral Attack and then brings out Mermail Bisley. Now remember, for Mermail Bisley's on-field effect to get a card from your opponent's hand, you have to tribute a Mermail monster. Gen X Undyne is not a Mermail monster. That's why you can't get a card out of Patino's hand. Here comes Powder Duality. Reveals Nightmare, Sanctum, and Call. So I think you can... Would you rather have Sanctum or Call? I guess Sanctum's better. You rather get the Moral Attacks out of your deck and then... Plus, Sanctum has the bonus effect that if he destroys it, he can pop another card. Alright, so Low summons another Gen X Undyne. He knows where the Sanctum is, so he sends Tidal and adds another controller. Both players at 74. Who's favoring this matchup? Because I've heard both ways. Some people say Mermails win this matchup. Some people say Hat wins this matchup. I don't know. Unfortunately, Los is the only one playing Mermail at my local, so I can't really judge this matchup. So here he's an Artifact Ignition. Los' back row, which is Breakthrough Skill. So he has set a artifact. Maybe he's going to set Moral Attack and then Sanctum out. Yes, he's going to do this before Los XYZ summons Gaios. So Beagle Attack. Does he have 2 Moral Attacks back there? Okay, he has 1 Moral Attack. Moral Attack special summon himself, pops the lead. So now Los has a choice. Do you make a rank 3? Which rank 3 do you make? Levier? You can make Levier. Yeah, maybe Patino is better off summoning the Moral Attack in defense mode because now he can crash his Lindy into the Moral Attack and get another level 7 monster from his deck. Yes. So yeah, Lindy is kind of like a tomato where it's, except it can get its effect if it's destroyed by card effects. I wouldn't say it is a Sangan, but Los chooses to... Okay, so he goes Pike. Okay, this is even better than... I thought he was just going to get another rank 7. But he had the one Abyss Gundy in his hand. So Abyss Gundy, when it's discarded to the graveyard by any way, not just by a water monster, in case you like Lightning Vortex it or something, you special summon a Mermail from your graveyard. And Abyss Pike sent Gundy. So Abyss Pike's effect, we all know its effect. Special summon a... Okay, this is good. Patino's in an okay spot. He had Call, pop the Abyss lead. So yeah, Low Search Marksman on Pike's effect. Pike's effect, we've already talked about it. You discard a water monster from your hand. Search a level 3 water monster. So now he summons Firehand, and here comes Torrential. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt Patino. Because now Patino's top decking, and Los has Tidal. And here comes Soul Charge. Which one he top decked? The Firehand or the Soul Charge? So you can go for like 2 rank 5s. Pallades. And what? You play 2 Pallades? Oh man. He can make... Oh, he didn't... He could have made Durandal. Does he play... I don't know his extra deck. But what does Durandal do? I don't even think you want a Durandal. Okay, let's see. At least you have Pallades, so he's going to special summon Tidal by banishing 2 Undynes. I don't know, I probably would play 2 Pallades. If you're playing Soul Charges and Calls, I wonder if he's on 2. I probably would have dropped both of them. Because how does Los deal with 2 Pallades? You bounce the title, and then if he tries to do anything, what's Pallades' defense? I was thinking Pallades in defense mode. So here he summons Abyssland. Tries to crash. See, this is like, let me check Pallades' defense. See, that's why when he... Oh, no, his defense is too low. So here... Oh, he had a breakthrough skill. Oh, I forgot Los had a breakthrough skill. He MST'd it earlier. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not looking good for Patino. And then he goes Gaios. Would double Pallades have saved him? So here, Los is debating on Dracosack or Gaios. So it looks like he chose Dracosack in defense mode. Pop that. I mean, yeah, Patino's got no cards. Draw. Summons Mermail. And Los lets it go. I mean, what does Mermail do staring down Dracosack, though? Yeah, I mean, if Los really wants to, he's just going to pop the dang bottomless, right? Then attack over Mermail with title. So we already see he could synchro summon Leo too, end phase, and Patino concedes. So Los is moving on to top 4. I'm wondering what would have happened had he made a second Pallades. Those have breakthrough skills, so he goes Summon Lind, Special Summon title, Summon Lind, tries to attack. He's probably forced to bounce one of them. And Los is... No, but like, who cares if he crashes Lind? But did Los have... Los had heavy infantry. I guess that's a scenario where you have to check like how many pikes are gone. Because I think Los summoned 2 Abyss pikes. If all 3 were gone, there's not much Los could have done. I don't know. That was interesting. But I don't know if Patino's playing 2 Pallades. Maybe he's only on 1. But I think if he is on 1, maybe you should try to make room for the second one. Because you're playing probably 3 calls, 3 Sanctums, 2 to 3 Soul Charge. So, yeah. That was a good match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if I missed anything. You know, rulings help because, you know, I'm no judge. So, I appreciate when you guys give me tips on things I missed. Because, you know, that's how I learn. I learn from people telling me all these things at locals and online. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.